Hi, it's Tim from Toy Tinker Tim, and that's quite the intro. But I'm doing a top 10 countdown for 2024 on my personal favorite vintage toys. My toy collection varies, like stocks. For some people, you have diversified stocks. I have diversified toys, not all in one line or one manufacturer or whatnot. So for 2024, this is my end of year top 10 favorite vintage toys. Mattel Pulsar, the Ultimate Man of Adventures from 1977. Meant to compete with Kenner's $6 Million Man action figures. Pulsar had low articulation, but a computer brain and clear chest panel here. You push button on his back, watch his lungs inflate, his heart pump, and red fluid circulating through tiny clear plastic tubing. Cobra Commander from Hasbro first came out in 1982. It was a mail away, then later carded figure here. Got a cool laser pistol designed to fit into his back as a holster there. Great design of the figure and card artwork. The bad guys always seem to have the cool outfits and designs. Big Jim and Mattel here, 1972. This is a smaller version competition for Hasbro's G.I. Joe. The line focused on adventure and sports. The figure itself was designed to have biceps that bulge and a karate chop action with a breakaway board. It was short-lived in the U.S., but the line went on for many years overseas. Major Matt Mason from Mattel, started in 1966 through 1970. The line products originally were based on prototypes for space program, and later it kind of lost its way as it went. It was going off into some other directions. Big part of it was the hype, America getting into the space program, going to the moon. And after we kind of got there, it kind of lost the big flare of attention from kids then. Very cool, retro, vintage, futuristic space toy. Hypnos from Mattel, 1978. He's the ultimate enemy. Pulsar, the ultimate man of adventure here. Hypnos, little story background, very cool elements. The clearish purple plastic limbs, the clear chest, little lever on the side you'd squeeze, make the wheels turn, sparks going on. But it was all the elements that really makes this figure stand out. It's so cool. Godzilla from Mattel, 1977. This toy is awesome, not just because it's Godzilla, but the mammoth size of the figure. Firing fist, which goes back to more of a background story about these figures. And a little lever that flicks in the back to have that atomic breath or this flaming looking tongue come out of his head. It's cool for so many reasons. You have to check out the episode here on Toy Tinker Tim for all the details on this one. Alien from Kenner, 1979. Great design. The figure is awesome because it's scary. It's made as a kid's toy, and it's huge. It's another very tall figure. Glow-in-the-dark skull here, plastic dome that goes over the head. Squeeze a lever at the back of the head, and his jaw, inner teeth come shooting out of his head. You can hang him from his tail. What else do you need to have to be an awesome, super cool vintage toy? The $6 Million Man from Kenner Toys, 1975, the Bionic Man. The toy based on the super popular, huge hit Bionic Man TV series. And he had the bionic vision type eye where you'd look through the hole in the back of his head and see what is Steve scoping out with his bionic eye. The line ran with a lot of cool accessories, other figures. So the line itself is really what I'm saying is in my top 10 here. They were all so cool, such great vintage toys. Kenner Star Wars toys, 1977. These were the start of them all, long before Hasbro got involved and took over. These were from back at the grassroots of the Star Wars toy lines. Awesome figures. The movie was such a huge impact at the time and still is now in different iterations that it's going in through streaming formats. But it's the vintage toys, the play sets, the figures, the vehicles. So much coolness. In the smaller size here. So awesome vintage toy line. The Adventure Team G.I. Joe from Hasbro, introduced in 1970. In my top 10, number one choice here. The figure was my very first action figure. Just a little kid got this Land Adventurer figure. All the cool accessories, the toys, the vehicles, because he's in a larger scale, everything was huge. A helicopter, spaceship, you name it. And all of that awesome stuff, get outside, spend the day playing, taking these all over the place. It was meant to be rough and tumble. You could just sling them around, drag them through the dirt. Awesome, great play adventure time. That's my top 10 vintage favorite toys here for 2024. The number one coming in for me there, the Adventure Team G.I. Joe figure. So maybe one of these in my top 10 is one of your favorites as well. Maybe I didn't hit into anything that's on your list, and that's fine. So let me know in the comments below what's your favorite on your list. Ones that you wish you had or ones that you did have. And maybe that could be one of the episodes I get into then too on a toy here in the future here for 2025. Be sure to hit the subscribe button here for Toy Tinker Tim and your notifications so you can see when new episodes are up. Share the episode with your friends, others that you know are into collecting vintage toys. And as always, thanks for watching.